So guys, there are consequences to the political environment that we're currently living in. And as you all know, one of the main MAGA arguments during the election was that, hey, I know you guys have a lot of problems, but I know who to blame. Blame immigrants. They're the worst. They're ruining this country. They're taking your jobs. They're evil. And also blame trans people. You know, they do this big trans scare movement where it's like, oh my God, a trans person is using the bathroom. How dare they? A trans person wants to play middle school sports. How dare they? And it really is classic scapegoating. The Republicans are on the side of the billionaires and the robber barons, and they're trying to give them more money and give them more power. And so what they do is deflect and obfuscate from that, and they blame immigrants and trans people and liberals and Hollywood and professors and say they're the real problem with the country. Classic divide and conquer. It's absolutely evil. But there are consequences to this shit. So because of this environment of disgusting hatred, now stuff like this is happening. Take a look. Woman accused of using wrong gender bathroom beaten unconscious in front of a 13-year-old. Quote, how it started just because I walked into the woman's bathroom and I looked the way I look, she said. Katie Grass was born a woman and identifies as a woman. Her 13-year-old cousin was with her to get a treat after her middle school choir concert. She has a hemorrhage on her eye, a fractured nose, and PTSD after the attack outside of the McDonald's bathroom in Carpentersville, Illinois. Katie Grass now wants hate crime charges to be filed against her attackers. Quote, I genuinely think that their plan was to kill me and that they didn't care if they ended my life. We have a local news clip on it. Let's watch.
A young woman from Carpentersville says she was attacked at her hometown McDonald's because she's gay, telling our Sarah Maki she wants hate crime charges filed against the men who did it.
I genuinely think that their plan was to kill me and that they didn't care if they ended my life that day.
Talking to us from Wisconsin, where she currently lives, the injuries on Katie Grass's face only show the surface of her pain.
This will affect me for the rest of my life.
She's got a fractured nose, hemorrhage on her eye, and PTSD after an attack here at a Carpentersville McDonald's Tuesday, May 13th. She said she had come with her 13-year-old cousin after the younger teen's choir concert, a group of strangers harassing her as she left the restroom using gay slurs towards her. When she walked away, she says they followed.
I just told my cousin to look forward, don't say anything, don't give them a reason to talk to us again.
Grass acknowledges she then told the strangers she's a lesbian and flicked her wrist at them. Police say witnesses and surveillance video show 2 people attacked her.
I went to the ground to protect my body more, but at some point I lost consciousness that I don't remember them stomping on my head at all.
Police tell us they've arrested 19-year-old John Comrade and a 17-year-old male juvenile on several charges, including great bodily harm, though the state's attorney declined to issue hate crime charges, something Green wants.
How it started was because I'm a lesbian, just because I walked into the women's bathroom and I looked the way I looked.
The Kane County State's Attorney's Office tells me more charges could be possible, while Green worries about the long-term effects for herself and for her younger cousin.
It really upsets me, but now I feel like I planted this fear inside of her head that she can no longer stand up for herself because something more like this will always happen. And I don't want to be a symbol of fear.
So this is the environment now. And by the way, there's so many gay people who have become massively transphobic, and they try to make this argument of like, oh, well, us normal gays are fine, but these trans people, oh, they're ruining it for everybody. I've seen a lot of that. And what they need to understand is, no. Once the hatred train starts, there ain't no stopping it, dog. It's going to go to multiple stops, and you are one of those stops, right? So at the same time, this is going on. We talked about this on the show recently. There's a Texas bill up for a vote that would make identifying as transgender a felony punishable by jail. So they say, oh, if you try to like change your driver's license or whatever, that's fraud. That's fraud. Because you were born something else, now you're trying to change it. So, they're literally trying to criminalize trans people. They're trying to make it, by the way, also in many states, that they can't get the health care that they need, right? Sorry, you can't get your puberty blockers, you can't get your hormones or whatever it is. We're going to make it really difficult, make you jump through 1,000 hoops in order to get it. There's a war on these people in this country. That's what it is. And of course, you all know the suicide rate for trans people is incredibly high. And maybe one of the reasons for that is because society has told them over and over again, fuck you. You're not normal. You're a degenerate. You're not like us. We don't want you. We don't like you, right? How many families have been broken up over stuff like this where parents reject their kid because their kid might be gay or trans or whatever it is, right? And it's disgusting because, as I said, all this is scapegoating. The environment in the country is to scapegoat everybody's problems on minority communities who aren't hurting anybody. right? Hey, blame them for all your problems. No, they're not the problem. Trans people are not the problem. Immigrants are not the problem. The problem is this country is corrupt and it's been bought by billionaires and robber barons. That, and we have a fascist takeover happening right in front of our eyes. And so they're trying to make being trans illegal in multiple states. They started by, oh, we just want to protect the kids. Let's start with the kids. Then, of course, it's mission creep. They go further. And now you got people getting fucking assaulted. You got people getting assaulted. And she's gay, but they thought she was trans. Like, it's just blind, disgusting hatred is what we're witnessing here. Blind, disgusting hatred. And it's about time. I don't want to see any Democrat slowly walk away from protecting minority communities. No, they're in the fucking crosshairs of these psychopaths who've created an environment of hatred, right? And so for you to say, well, I guess we'll compromise on that. Fuck you. I ain't looking for a fucking compromise. Defend trans people. Defend gay people. Defend immigrant communities. They didn't do anything wrong. Don't abandon them. That is weak bullshit. They are not the problem. That needs to be said 1,000 times over. It needs to be said 1,000 times over. So anyway, I hope that this person goes to prison. I also hope that she said they didn't. They're not doing hate crimes charges, but I saw another article that indicated they are going to do them. So I'm not sure if they're going to do it or not. Either way, the person absolutely should be in prison. And anybody who's contributed to this environment of bile and hatred and xenophobia and bigotry, fuck you. Fuck you, because there are consequences to this shit. And we've all seen, we felt like for a while, certainly after gay marriage became law because of the Supreme Court, the interpretation of the Constitution was that they have the right to get married. There was maybe a 4 or 5 year stretch there where everybody felt like, okay, so that issue's behind us and we can move on now. But no, the biggest lie ever told is that the moral arc of history is long, but it bends towards justice. Not necessarily. You have to fight. You have to take a stand. You need to make the arguments. You need to be clear. And if you don't, the pendulum absolutely can swing back in the other direction. So now, something that we thought was settled and taken care of, it's not. It's not. I told you, 169 Republicans in the House just a few years ago voted so that we don't have gay marriage. They voted on a bill to protect gay marriage, and the Republicans voted no. So it's not. The fight is never over. You think like, oh, they got their rights, so they're fine now. No, that's not how it works. People can absolutely bring this issue back. People like Matt Walsh are out there saying all the time he still doesn't believe in gay marriage. These people hate trans folks. The real crackdown these days now is on trans people, trying to restrict their ability to get their medication, trying to make it illegal in certain states, all the while hiding behind the idea, oh, we're just protecting the kids. There are real-world consequences to this sort of fucking hate brigade, and it needs to fucking end. It needs to end now. And this is just one example. I'm sure there's countless others. I'm sure it's super hard just as a trans person to just get a job, right? That you have people might prejudge you and might not want to hire you, and we need to flip the script, y'all. We need to flip the script. Full court press on all of these issues. Don't give an inch to the bigots and the xenophobes and the fascists. We are living in a fascist era. We need to stand up and fight back. Can't let these assholes win. All right, guys. That's the show, y'all. Everybody do me a big favor. Please subscribe to the channel. That helps out big time and costs you nothing. Thank you to everybody who supports the show on Patreon. Literally could not do it without you. Thank you to everybody who supports Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. That link is below if you'd like to support. And go subscribe to the Corn's World YouTube channel. Deeply appreciate that. We drop all the Kyle and Corn episodes over there. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Hey, y'all. Do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.